please call?
Mark Layton, Wisconsin.
Mark Layton, please stand, please be sworn.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Mark Layton.
Do you know what you're doing, Mark?
I'm here to speak the truth.
How do you know Miss Christine Time?
We have been together for almost 2 years.
Where do you currently reside?
I currently reside with my girlfriend Christine, along with her 12-year-old daughter, her Vicky Klein, and her ex-husband Doug Klein, Christine's father.
How was your relationship between you and Doug Park?
Well, when he got into financial difficulties, I agreed to let him stay over in our residence, as well as so he could be close to his daughter.
Did you have any ill feelings towards Doug Park?
We got along just fine, with no issues, not holding any grudges or anything against him.
Can you recall your whereabouts on the night in question?
I was outside with my girlfriend, and on a little campfire I set up until Ellis comes over, or just to chill while he's waiting for Doug to get ready to go to a party.
Do you recall what time Doug left?
About midnight. Well, he got back. He suddenly got back, and he looked angry. He showed us a knife, saying that he would take care of whoever does him wrong.
I object. She didn't ask that question. That he just came out of the blue with that. That's irrelevant to what she's asking him.
It's the wrong objection, it was a little too late, but you're on the right track. Go ahead, continue.
And then what happened?
Well, me and Christine stayed out for a few more hours on the little old fire they set up. Ellis was walking back and forth and getting angrier and angrier around the campfire until he.
Objection.
Objection usually comes either right at the end of or at the beginning of the question. Okay. So the only ones that can object are at the attorney table. If you have an objection, you can just and let them object. Okay. Continue.
So Ellis suddenly he got angry. Ellis walks back and forth in the campfire. He getting angry and angrier until he suddenly had dropped down the knife he had in his hand and said that I cut him.
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Your Honor, I know the objection is hearsay, but I do present the witness testimony as present tense and impression.
So you're saying if there's an exception to that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the exception again?
Present tense impression.
Present.
Present sense impression.
Okay, you can answer the question.
He threw down the knife and said I cut him, meaning that he killed Doug.
What did Samson do after he told you that he cut him?
We went to the vehicle. We couldn't tell if there was any blood through his throat where it cut him, but he demanded that he had to get rid of the body.
Did you help him get rid of the body?
Yeah, he demanded me. I helped him get rid of the body because he threatened to kill my girlfriend and her daughter if I
Oh,
didn't help him.
Hearsay.
sustained.
Objection is, I believe the objection is hearsay, but I present the witness testimony.
I'm sorry,
as-
present.
The witness's testimony is present sense impression.
No, it's not. She's making a threat to, this is not a heat of the moment statement, she's making a threat to keep them quiet, or supposedly.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna strike the answer. If you'd like to reword your question, you may, we're gonna strike the answer from the record. So everyone in the room, since everyone is a jury, is to take his last answer and fictitiously, of course, erase it from your mind as if it was never answered. If you'd like to reword the question, you can, or restart another form of question.
What happened after Ms. Sampson demanded you to smoke light?
We drove around for a few hours until, until we pulled off to a side and dumped his body on some trees.
After that, what happened?
We went home, we spoke, I went home, we stayed up, me and Christine, we stayed up for a few more hours talking about what we should do, and we decided we would not say anything to anyone.
Why did you decide to not say anything?
Because we feared of our safety, that Ellis would kill us. Like he said, he would threaten us to do if we did
Hearsay,
wrong.
objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Mark, do you have any reason to lie today?
No,
Were you given anything for your testimony?
no.
No further questions on it.
That's it.
Would you say that you and the defendant have good relationship?
Yes,
On October of last year, you and the defendant were sitting in the backyard around a fire, right?
yes,
When you and the defendant were sitting around the fire, did you consume alcohol and any drugs?
we were only just talking and drinking.
Mr. Layton, how do you define a person under the influence of alcohol and illegal drugs?
Sustained. Actually, that's the wrong objection. Overruled. You can ask the question.
Mr. Layton, how do you define a person under the influence of alcohol and
This
illegal
one.
drugs?
I'm sorry? Okay, well, since your own group decided that they were going to make the objection for you, you can sustain the objection. It's a compound question, so that's going to be two questions. I'll have to ask one at a time. Quiet. No one can talk except the attorney. Quiet. You can go ahead and ask the question again, but you'll have to reword it.
Yes, sir. Mr. Layton, how would you define a person under the influence of alcohol?
Objection irrelevant, the client, because the client cannot state whether how a person can act under the influence, he is not an expert.
You have the correct objection, and the only reason we're gonna sustain that objection is because he's not an expert, and you have not found him as an expert.
But
Great
don't the
objection.
attorneys have to give you the objection?
But yes, this is the last time that anyone other than the attorneys are gonna be allowed to object. If you are gonna object, sit at the attorney's table now, okay? So you have to bump one of the attorneys and sit at the attorney's table now. I'll give you 5 seconds to make your decision, and I want to hear you from the crowd anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doing it? Do it.
Since there's no room at the attorney's table, and once you consider.
No, you have to pull one of the attorneys, okay? So the attorney is relinquishing her role for a moment. Have a seat, let's continue with the question.
Mr. Layton, you consume alcohol and cocaine about the same rate as a defendant and the night in question, weren't you?
I was only drinking.
Who did Mr. Clark leave with on the night in question?
He left with Ellis in his car.
When Sampson returned, did you notice anything out of the ordinary?
Ellis did look mad.
Where was Clark when Sampson returned?
Ellis said that Doug was in the car, sleeping.
What did Sampson do after he arrived?
He looked angry. He was walking around the campfire, back and forth. And he showed us tonight saying that he would take care of whoever does him wrong.
You can call a room for a quick conference if you don't. And you can actually switch over to.
Yes, sir.
Switch over.
And study, so, I just have a couple quick questions. You mentioned that you didn't see any blood, is that correct?
I couldn't tell if there was blood.
But you did also say that you helped move the body, correct?
Correct.
Okay. You also testified that the victim was stabbed to death, correct?
Yeah, that Ellis said that Ellis,
I didn't
Overruled.
hear you.
Answer the question.
that he said that
No, it's
Ellis.
a yes or no question, sir, please.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you testified you helped move the body. You're telling me that you helped move a body that had been stabbed to death and you didn't see any blood? Is that what you're trying to tell me? How?
Couldn't-
I'm sorry, that's not argumentative, that's a yes or no question.
I couldn't see any blood.
So, okay, so this body was stabbed and you didn't see any blood even though it was stabbed. Okay. You did actually physically touch the body, correct? What part of the body did you touch? When you helped move the body, what
I
part
only
did you
helped
carry?
him load the
What part of the body did you grab to help move the body?
lower body.
So, what part of the lower body did you grab?
I would say the lower.
Did you grab the legs? Did you grab the
Around
thighs?
the-
Did you grab the west? No, it hasn't been answered, Your Honor.
Overruled. Answer the question.
The leg, around the calf area.
Okay, so you grab him on the calves. Now, if I'm grabbing you by the calves, and you've been stabbed in the neck to death, I'm gonna see blood, yet you still tell me that you saw no blood. Is that correct?
Objection, maybe?
Well, you can leave on cross, so overruled.
Is that correct?
Obviously, I couldn't.
No, yes or no? You were grabbing him by the calves. You had a
Objection,
perfect-
argumentative.
It is not argumentative, Your Honor. It's a yes or no question. If he grabbed
So what we're gonna do is, from now on, we're gonna admonish the witness to answer yes or no. Is that
Okay,
okay?
please. You
So
grab.
witness, Mr. Washington.
Yeah,
Witness,
I'm sorry.
he'll be out there in about 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm almost there, Your Honor.
You can answer the question for either yes or no.
So let me ask one more time. You
At the
grabbed.
time I lifted the body, I didn't see.
No, that's not a yes or no question, sir. You grabbed the victim by the calves. He had a clear view of his neck, and you're telling me that this man who has been stabbed to death, who bled to death, you saw no blood.
I saw no blood.
I have no more further questions.
Okay, the witness is dismissed in the interest of time. Okay, would you like to clarify with 2 questions? You have 2 questions to redirect and that's it. Okay? You have 2 questions.
Okay. Would you say that on that night it was very dark?
It was dark.
So if it was dark enough, you weren't capable to see, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
This is dismissed.